Alright guys, so this should be a back-to-back upload. Today we're going to be wiring up the power to the ECU. So let's talk a little bit about what this is. So this is a connector that goes in the body of an S14 Zenki. This was made for the KA, and basically what this does is distribute power to the ECU and to certain things inside of the engine bay. Put this to the side. I had to go to Wiring Specialties website and get the ECU pin out for my ECU for the SR. Went through and I made a list of all the things that I need to power inside of the engine. So that includes the injector power, obviously, so you can get fuel, ignition coils for spark, O2 sensor for AFR, the cam angle sensor or crankshaft angle sensor, the mass airflow sensor. So this is gonna get a little complicated. If you don't wanna watch this part, on the corner of the screen, I'm gonna have a timestamp. If you wanna just skip to that part so you can see the actual wiring process, you can go ahead and do that. But for my wiring and my electrical junkies, we're gonna go over how I figured this out. I looked up a wiring diagram of the S14 harness, which is very close, almost identical to the S13 harness. Some small things that are different, nothing major. So I got my mass airflow, CPS injectors, AAC, wastegate valve, EGR, ECS relay, ECU power, all those different amperages, right? I use my actual S13 harness that I have with a multimeter, and I went through and I put pins in each one of these connectors and followed them to the loads to check and see which goes where. I figured that out. That's gonna be 4 different amperages. And then after that, I wrote my official power pin out, the color of the wire, what it does, the pin number on the ECU, and the amperage it takes. So we have the start signal, ECU power, ECU backup power, ECU power 2, ECU current return, and that's all powered to the ECU relay. That's all 1 amperage, so that's all 7.5. So down here in my secondary fuse block, you can see for the relay. Next, we have the AAC, which was pin 113. The color was SB. It's 7.5 amps. That's the new wire that we're gonna be extending today. And then you can see right here, I have it wired up on the secondary fuse and relay panel. 3 different amperages, and we have a 4th one in case we need to add something after the fact. If something's not running right because we don't have power to a certain spot or a certain load inside of the engine, we could always add that to the 4th fuse. This is kind of sloppy because my heat shrink didn't stay on my wire loom. You see I have black or electrical tape over some of these wires. Those are the ones we're going to be extending. So I'm going to de-pin and remove all of these extra wires for now by using a set of tools like this, which is used to de-pin terminals. The first thing I need to do is take off this bracket from the power connector. Alright, so now that we have the bracket off, we can go ahead and take off the safety right here. And this is gonna get pulled all the way out. First terminal's out. We got a lot more to go. Just to show you what I'm doing, I have this de-pinning tool. There's a tab in there. I put this in here at the right angle. Press down on that tab. Once it's in the tab, you hold down. That's basically pushing the tab down right now. I'm holding it there. And then you can pull the terminal out. Just like that. It's one small, one big. I just showed you how to do the big ones, so now I'm gonna show you how to do the small one. So for the small ones, there's this tab, which will completely cover that. I pulled it out a little bit. So what you do is you pull this out all the way. You fold these back over to keep it in place, and that exposes the terminal and their clips. So let's say I wanna pull out this blue one. We're not gonna be extending or needing this right now, so I'm gonna pull that one out. You can't see in there, but there are really small tabs. So what I'm doing is I'm lifting up on this tab right here and then pulling on this. And that's it. That was the last one. So now we're left with the 2 we need to extend and our already extended wires. Got our small terminals, got our large terminals, all de-pinned and gonna be put to the side in case you have to add anything back. Okay, So you can kind of see how much I've extended these wires. Hold on, it's caught on something. You can see how much I've extended these wires. So right now we're gonna take our 16 gauge and measure that out. We're gonna make another one. So now we have our 2 wires. Okay, now we're gonna strip this wire. This looks like a 16 gauge. We're gonna match it with the wire strippers. Give it a couple twists, pull. And then I always check inside of the insulation to make sure I didn't take off any extra strands. This looks perfect. Couple twists, pull. So I'll take this, spread them out, set that down, and then do the same with this wire. Like that. And now I'm just twisting them and interlocking them with each other. So I have a piece of heat shrink actually heat shrinked onto the clamp, and then I have a loose piece over top of that. And that prevents these from actually ripping into the insulation of the wire.
Yeah, going ain't like nigga. Move out the way, please don't be a hero. Bling blow, ooh, she no skateboard P. Bling blow, ooh, she no skateboard P. Yeah, going ain't like nigga. Move out the way, please don't be a hero. Bling blow, ooh, she no skateboard P. Ooh, bling blow, ooh, she no skateboard P. Hey, yeah, made that money on a Monday. Yeah, ratchet bit on a.
Alright, so you can see how we soldered our extensions. Everything is in for the power connector to the ECU. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and if you enjoy watching my videos and want to see more custom car work and drifting and cool builds, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right there. Until then, peace out.